Hey everybody, what's going on? Alan here. Welcome to the Gibson Garage Speed Shop YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing the brakes on this 2013, I think it is, Subaru Forester. Just the front brakes and rotors. And I'll show you how to check the rotors with a dial bore indicator thingy. And so you can see if you need to replace them before you go and buy the parts. But let's just get right into it. Okay, so this is what the passenger side looks like on this Forester. And you can see I've got this set up already with the needle touch in here. And I did have the lug nuts on when I did this earlier, and I started getting carried away and forgot to pull out the camera, but I already checked it out. And if this needle moves at all, keep an idea of like which lug nut is facing upward so you know how many degrees you're spinning it. We'll just watch it. Oh, we put it back in park too. Dang it. Okay, well, you're gonna have to take my word for it, guys. But yeah, it moved about 5 degrees. From like 90, it's moved, and I bumped it and actually took it off and repositioned it so it's not at 90 anymore, but it moved about 5 degrees with one rotation. Halfway around it would be 85. If you go halfway up, it'd be back to 90, and that's just because that's randomly where the needle landed, right? You could start at 0, I guess, but it doesn't really matter. We're just seeing if the needle moves, and it does when it spins. It goes whoop, 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 whoop. So, and if we're replacing one side, we're going to be doing both. So let's just get on it. And yes, you do want the lug nuts on, and I wouldn't say torque down, but an even amount of tightness, right? So you know this is flush and flat. But moving on, let's get this guy out of here. Alright, so in this case the caliper and the bracket have to come off because we're doing the rotor. So I'm probably not even going to remove these bolts here. I'll just go straight to the bracket bolts, and we'll replace the pads as it sits out here, swap the rotor, put it back on, easy peasy. Alright, so this is going to be a 17 mil. Oh, I can't get that on there because this bolt's in the way. This guy will work. What's on there? Little leg power. Okay, and then we'll do the second one, which is right there. The old hammer fist technique. If you got, oh well, look at that. We can just set it right there. Yay! Let's see if this thing comes off. It does not. So there are these threaded holes here. You can stick these probably 10 mil screws in there and pry it off. Yeah, I think this has got a bad wheel bearing. A little clunk. I don't think that's going to work. It's not moving at all. Definitely gonna have to get a screw. All right, so I just went through my pile of bolts till I found one. And you can tell, I don't know if you can tell, let's see if we get close in here. That's a little close. It's already pushing that out. There we go. Pull that screw back out and save that for the other side. And make sure you pick up some brake clean if you're doing rotors, just because these are covered in an oil from the factory called cosmoline. It keeps them from rusting while they sit on the shelf. And or you can go with the Z-Clad or whatever your brand, your favorite store's brand of coated brake rotor is. Duralast is what we're using. Their Z-Clad is all covered in black, so you don't have to worry about cleaning it because they do not put the cosmoline on those. There we go. That's also, you know, having that thing stuck on the hub like that also reassures me that that rotor was still in firm place when I was doing the checking with the dial indicator. Right, it wasn't doing that. Let's get the caliper on. No, we gotta change the pads in the caliper now. I'm just gonna pay attention to how these pads come out. That way if there's differences, oh, like, what the shit? Why? What? Why is there a clip behind it? That's terrible. Okay, we're just gonna bend that out of the way. That's deeply upsetting. And I've changed my mind on separating the caliper from the bracket. I think you should probably do that. Oh, this one too. This one's on bottom. Inside's on top. Good luck getting it back in, huh, Alan? Don't want to gouge up any rubber seals there. It's trying to make me do just that. Okay, so it is going to be easier to install the pads, I think, when you're dealing with something a little lighter. So I've got it bracket bolted back on to the spindle or knuckle, whatever you want to call it. This is a 14 mil to get these pin bolts out. We'll peel these out here. They just peel right out. There we go. These guys are in there. Give a little spray. Put a couple of these lug nuts back on to keep your rotor in place. So we went with the Duralast ceramics, and they do come with hardware here, or whatever you want to call it. And we got some grease, crazy looking brake pads, that stupid clip. So that's interesting. I wonder if the other side has both have these tabs, because the hardware that I got two have these tabs and two do not. Alright, so I did some extensive research, and by extensive I mean I looked at the first video that came up, and as soon as it gave me an answer I quit looking. So the bottom one apparently has the tab, top ones do not have a tab. I don't think it's supposed to be that one side has all the tabs and the other side does not, so it was just a matter of you know, was it on top or bottom? Boom. So now we can grease those up with some lube. Yep, we got a package of lube here. We'll just smear a little on these trays, slide the pads in.
You hardly notice this door's from the junkyard though, huh? The driver's side door?
Yeah, it's just a different color.
You know?
So I'm gonna put these back the way they came in and try to put that in that little hole right here, right next to that tab. Okay, this one goes on top. Ow! Got me. But it's in. Okay, I'm gonna check these clips. Ooh, that one feels pretty dry. Fill it in with a bunch of this lube. That one feels really good. I don't feel metal on metal, so I'm gonna save on that. Now we gotta spread these apart. We should have spread these apart before it was off, sticking a screwdriver in these holes or something, but we can just grab an old pad and a C-clamp. Yeah, definitely gonna need a clamp. Put a little bit of lube on these pistons to keep them from vibrating. Same on this guy here. Bye! So after doing both sides and tightening everything up, you want to step on the pedal before you just go and put it in gear. You need to close these up first. Otherwise, the first time you step on the pedal, you might not get brakes. You'll go into the back of that telephone pole or something. Well, that's gonna do it for this video. thank you for watching. I'm not sure when the camera cut out. I'm sorry about that. I was trying to get the time lapse on the driver's side there, but the passenger side I went through in detail, and that's what's important. So please like, or yeah, thumbs up. Hit the bell for notifications for future videos. Hit subscribe so you get that notification also. And if you want to hit that super thanks button, do that too. I really appreciate it. And I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers, guys. It's awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You're making this you're making it fun with all the communicating and all the help and the back and forth and stuff, and the people you meet along the way. It's really awesome. So thank you guys again. I'll see you next time.